So, a few days ago, I got to test the Hive's new Sonic update early with a bunch of other content creators. Specifically, we got to try out their new Sonic minigames, and let me just tell you, they were really cool. In this video, I'm just going to be showing off a lot of my footage from this preview event, and giving my thoughts and opinions on the games as I always do. Also, keep in mind that all of this video is just of the Sonic minigames. We didn't get to see any of the Sonic Hub or cosmetics during this preview event. However, I'm pretty sure that when this video drops, the event will already be live on the Hive server, so definitely go check it out after watching. Regardless, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're a fan of my content, and enjoy! So, just a little bit of a disclaimer before we get too far into the video. Everything that you see in this video should be considered early access footage and isn't necessarily going to be the same as everything that you see on the live server. It's already been said that there will probably be some things that get changed, and I'll discuss those a little bit later in the video. With all of that out of the way, let's start breaking down some of the footage that I got during this Sonic preview event. So, right off the bat, once you get into the pre-game lobby, you can see that the entire thing is based off of Green Hill Zone, a level in Sonic. The entire thing is apparently made out of custom blocks, which can be seen in things like these weird sideways slabs. I have no idea how that's even a thing, but it's cool regardless. Also, there's an animated Sonic, which is most likely the same one that you saw in the Twitter screenshots of the announcement of the Sonic event, and sometimes he even waves at you. However, once the lobby fills up, he'll say his special line and do what he does best.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
He's gonna...
It's running time!
No way!
Let's go!
Oh wow!
Once he does that, he'll run past the 3 TVs in the center of the lobby, which randomly rolls 3 of the 6 possible mini-games that you can play in this Sonic event. Also, one more thing about the lobby. In all of the games that you play, there's Sonic music in the background. You can actually change the volume of that if you'd like to by using the music disc in your hotbar. I just thought that was a really nice and user-friendly touch, so you don't have to go into your settings to change the music volume. Now, let's go ahead and move on to all of the games that you can play in this Sonic minigame mode. I'm gonna start off with some of my favorites first. I think the game that I like the most out of all of them is Badnik Range. Now, I know by watching the gameplay, it looks relatively simple and straightforward. You just shoot more robot bugs than everyone else in the game. However, I feel like watching someone play it and actually playing it are two completely different things, because let me tell you, it gets intense. There's different bugs worth different amounts of points, and you're trying to compete with people on your side to shoot those bugs before they can get them. The bows in this game are also like the murder mystery bows if you've ever played that. You just have to pull them back a little bit, and then it's literally a laser that hits your target instantly. In both of the times that we played this in the preview session, I came in second place. I lost by a huge margin to MJ both times because the dude has inhuman aim. But I feel like in most public games of this, if you've got okay aim, then you'll probably do pretty well in this every time. I also realize, however, that if there's not device-based matchmaking in these Sonic minigames, both mobile and controller players are going to have a really tough time in this one. Now, let's move on to another one of the games that I really like, which you also need to be able to aim in. It's called Royale, and it is quite literally free-for-all Minecraft with guns. The objective of the game is to try and pick up as many rings as possible, and whoever has the most at the end of the game wins. If someone gets zapped, they lose half of their rings, and they just spill out for someone else to pick up. It's very fast-paced, which kind of makes sense because this is a Sonic event, but literally everyone has speed 2 or 3, which means that you're zooming around the map. Now, if you get zapped, like I said, you lose half of your rings, but you also go blind and you're given slowness for about a second. Also, once you shoot a zapper, it charges up in about 3 seconds. This means that you'll sometimes just get abused by the same person if they're running circles around you and you can't recover fast enough. The one thing that I'd like to see changed in this game is maybe some sort of longer cooldown on being able to zap someone repeatedly because of that scenario that I just explained. Also, this is probably another game that mobile and controller players will have some difficulty with just because aiming is a lot harder on those platforms. Other than that though, I'd say that this is a really fun game mode that I definitely look forward to playing a lot more. Now, do you guys remember the screenshot that I showed you in my original Sonic update video? This is one of the few pieces of media that we had about the event at the time, and I finally found what minigame it's from. It's called Go Fast or Gotta Go Fast, and honestly, it's fairly similar to what I and multiple others thought it might be like. Basically, it's Death Run, but with way more death. You can see what I mean by watching the background gameplay. It's honestly really fun, but I can't even begin to describe just how rage-inducing this game is. You're constantly gonna get screwed up by someone running in front of you, get pushed off by some stupid fan, or literally touch half of a pixel of a laser or something else that kills you, and then just be reset back to the last checkpoint. I love this game because of how intense it can get, but man, it also just really grinds my gears sometime when I just get repeatedly killed by the same thing. I still think most people will enjoy this one though. Now, for a more lighthearted game, albeit still somewhat rage-inducing sometimes, we have Xiao Rescue. What is a Xiao, you may ask? Well, according to the Sonic Wiki, their role is to be raised by the player in minigames, similar to many virtual pets. In the minigame on the Hive, however, you're literally just rescuing them from different places on a map and bringing them back to the safe zone at the middle. In all honesty, there's not really too much complexity to this game. You can carry 2 Xiao at a time, and the most efficient way that I found to play it was literally to just go pick 2 spots, pick up the 2 Xiao from there, and bring them back to the middle and repeat again. Literally, the Xiao just spawn in the same spot over and over again when you bring them back to the safe zone. Obviously, that's not the most exciting way to play, however, and it can be more fun just to troll your friends and other players in the game by walking on the disappearing platforms that they need to get back to the safe area. Overall, though, this is definitely one of the more chill game modes out of the 6 total minigames. The next Sonic minigame that I want to show off is called Ring Dash. I will preface all of this by saying that I am absolutely horrible at this game. The 2 times that we played it in the preview, I just could not figure out how to play it effectively at all. Plenty of other people were good at it, but I most definitely wasn't, and so I'm sorry about the background gameplay that you have to watch for this. Now, if you haven't already figured it out, the objective of this game is to try and jump through rings using your dash. You charge up your dash using your shift key, and you're just trying to go through as many rings as possible in the 2 minutes that the game lasts. I kind of saw this one as very similar to the Fall Guys ring game, which I was also bad at in the few times that I played. The fact that I'm horrible at ring dash is starting to make a little bit more sense now. But yeah, there's not really too much to say about this one. It's really straightforward, and you pretty much just have to figure out the power of the dash to play it well. Now, the final game that I'm going to show off in this video is called Red Light, Green Light. This is another minigame that kind of has the entire premise of the game in the name. When the light's red, you stop, and when the light's green or yellow, you go. If you're moving during a red light, you get teleported back to the previous checkpoint. In theory, it seems like it would be a really simple game, but in practice, if you're actually trying to do it fast and go for a top place, it can get to be pretty difficult and you'll have some close calls. It definitely is another one of the more rage-inducing games, just because you may have to stop on something that kills you, or because someone jumps on your disappearing platform before you're able to. I did notice that this game also might be pretty difficult to play if you're playing on high ping, because all of the light changes are going to be slightly delayed when they get to you. This means that you may not be moving on your screen, but the server still thinks you are, so it sets you back to the checkpoint. I'm sorry this happened so much, Soup. But yeah, that's all of the games that are in this new Sonic minigames update, but keep in mind that, like I said at the beginning, there's still plenty more to this update that I haven't seen yet. The rest of the update should be releasing right around the time that this video goes up, and I plan on making a video covering the rest of the update in about a week. That's all I've got for this video though, and I hope you all enjoyed. After you try all of the minigames for yourself, be sure to let me know in a comment which one was your favorite. I'm definitely interested to hear which ones the community likes. Also, if you enjoyed this video and you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. A lot of my videos are very similar in style to this one, so I bet you'll like those as well. Also, before we end, I'd like to give a couple of shoutouts. First of all, a big shout out to the Hive for inviting me to this. It was really cool to get to participate in this preview and see everything early. Also, I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my YouTube channel members. They support me for $4.99 a month, and they get some cool perks like getting their names displayed at the end of every YouTube video that I post. If you'd like to become a channel member or check out what perks they have, you can do so by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button or click the members link in the description. That's going to be it for this video though. Thank you all for watching and thank you all for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. My song ran out like 10 seconds before the video ended, but if you see this, comment pi and I'll heart your comment.